Jail or Prison, but I know it's in the system. What's up, my angels? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Janae. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the Mornay family. And if you subscribe while it's cold outside, then you become an more angel. Alright, y'all. I just came back from watching that new SZA, Keke Palmer, and Issa Rae movie, and let me just say, I've been having one of those days. I've been having one of those weekends, y'all. My car battery died. Like, it's dead. Like, it's not, it didn't just die. It's, like, done. So I gotta get a new battery. I just paid my light bill. I gotta pay my insurance. I'm just like, it's too much going on. Let's get right into the story time. As you'll see from the title, this is the story time about when I was like 16 or 17 and I ended up getting a ride from a stranger who ended up being a recently released and he was a yes, and I was 16. He was like almost 40. Police, help! God loves me. He wanted me to be here. I have to figure out what my ultimate purpose is, because I know it's something he wants me to share with y'all. I know it's something he needs me to do. This year, we are getting into the transparency. We are giving y'all the stories. We're giving y'all the background. Okay, I'm giving y'all my tea. All of this stuff, I want y'all to take it and just like look at how good God is, one. Okay, because God has had a favor over my life for a long time, and the way things was looking, I should not be who I am and where I am, but I'm here. So when y'all watch these videos, get a kiki out of them, and just know the girl is not that girl. Okay, she's not that girl anymore. Okay, so let's get into the story time, y'all. So this took place when I was 16 or 17 years old. I really don't remember which one, but let me set my life scene for y'all. Okay, so I was working at Primark, which is I think it's a UK based store. It's in King of Prussia Mall in Pennsylvania. That was like my second job. Yeah, my second job ever. My first job was Chipotle, and I got fired from Chipotle because I snuck out to go see this boy I was talking to, and my mom got a car for the first time ever. Well, the first time in a long time she got a new car, and she came to work to pick me up, and I wasn't there. I actually told that story time. If I did tell that story time, I'm gonna link it for y'all. But yeah, so I was but at this point I was working there for a while, so I was getting comfortable with like going from my father's house to work or going from my mom's house to work. Now my mom's house to work, my mom lived in Upper Darby, and so we lived like off of Westchester Pike, if you know where Upper Darby is at. And so like the bus, it would be one bus that would take me straight from the corner of my house all the way to the mall. 45-minute bus ride, because King of Prussia is far from Upper Darby, but one bus. Now from my dad's house though, it would be like 2 or 3 buses, like literally 2 or 3 buses, double the time, a whole hassle, right? Now, so 16 and 17, like what are we doing at that time? We're learning how to drive, we're getting our permits, we're doing all of this stuff, and I was no different. Okay, I actually got my license when I was like 17. Yeah, right before my 18th birthday, I got my license. But we were starting a conversation, like me and my dad was starting a conversation. He was trying to teach me how to drive, but like it was very rocky around this time. Like me and my dad was just starting to get into like I'm coming of age, I'm a teenager now, so I'm starting to like get my own footing. I'm starting to be able to advocate more for myself, because I was a crybaby. Like growing up, I was a crybaby. I still am a crybaby, but growing up, I couldn't advocate for myself. Like I would just cry and I wouldn't speak up for myself. This was starting to be the time where I was starting to do that with my father. Like, no, I'm going to speak up how I feel, because you can't suppress your emotions to avoid tension, and it's bubbling up inside you, and then you're left to deal with that while the other person is just moving on with their day. That's not healthy. That's not good for you. I don't recommend it for anybody. Use your voice. Even if you gotta cry while you use your voice, use your voice. So we were starting to get to this time because my dad was like starting to accuse me of trying to trick him into like letting me drive places or like getting time in the car. And so this was one of them times. So I'm at his house. To go to my mom's house from my dad's house, my dad would usually drop me off at Alany, and then I would catch the sub to Market Street or 15th Street, and then I would catch the L to 69th Street, and then the bus to my house. So that's how I used to get from my dad's house to my mom's house. But this day, he didn't want to take me to Alany. I think he was like busy or something, or we got into something, or he thought I was trying to like find time to drive or something. It was something like that. But long story short, we got into something. I'm crying. I go on about my day. I leave the house. I go get on the bus. Like, it was a bus stop at the corner of his house, which would have took me to Alany, but it was a couple buses that came there. So I got on the wrong bus. I think I was either supposed to get on the XH bus and I didn't, or I got on the XH bus and I wasn't supposed to get on that bus. But whatever bus I got on, it ended up taking me towards Germantown. So I'm on the bus, I'm looking at the little bus thingy, because you could use Apple Maps. Like, you know, Apple Maps been out for a long time, and then SEPTA also had a bus app, which is, SEPTA is the bus system in Philadelphia. Or Pennsylvania, because it goes outside of Philadelphia. They have a bus little app thing, and so you can see where the bus is going, what times the bus come, all that stuff, and I would use Apple Maps to, like, make sure I'm going the right direction. So I noticed that I'm not on the right bus. This bus is not going to take me anywhere that I need to be taken to. So I tried to use, like, from what I knew about that area, because I was in the area a couple times, trying out different bus routes to get from my job to my dad's house. Like I told you, that was like a whole puzzle right there. I remember being in that area, so I was like, okay, if I get off right here, I could see if it's another bus stop somewhere over here, because I know that we would pass this place when I would get on the right bus to go near my dad's house. I get off the bus, and I'm walking to the next bus stop. I get to the bus stop. Now, Germantown has different pockets, so it's some pockets with some nice big houses, and then it's the hood part. I'm in the hood. I'm in the hood part. Like, the hood. So, I'm at the bus stop now. It's raining. It's like sprinkling. I don't even think I had an umbrella. I might have had an umbrella, but I really don't know. I do remember it raining though, and like me walking. I was like crying a little bit. I'm walking down like, you know, streets. It's not people outside, but I'm just walking down streets. I'm crying a little bit because me and my dad got into this thing, and it's like, you know, it's just exhausting arguing with your parents and stuff like that. So I get to the bus stop. I'm waiting. The bus is not coming. Mind you, the bus app is telling me that this bus is supposed to be here at this time. Then comes, I'm like, okay, well, that bus, maybe it was, not discontinued, but what it used to be, out of service. Maybe the bus is out of service. Okay, cool, I'm waiting for the next one. I'm waiting, nothing is coming. It's probably like 20, 30 minutes at this point, and this man pull up. And he's like, oh, like, the bus is not coming, like, you know, you want to get in? So I'm like, no, like, so, okay, this man, he was in, like, a regular car, like a regular old type of car. I was 16 or 17, so this is, like, 2018 or 2017. So he's, like, a regular old car. He's probably, like, 36. He was dark-skinned. He didn't get out the car. So I don't know, like, if he was tall or short or whatever, but he was, you know, just, like, somebody's father, essentially. He, like, all right, you know, cool. 10, 15 minutes go past, he come back again. You want to ride? Like, you know, the bus is not coming. He laughing, like, you getting wet? Like, you know. I'm like, no. Mind y'all, like, you see how I look now. I'm 23. So imagine how I looked when I was 16. Like, I have a baby face. So imagine how I looked when I was 16. Why y'all ain't tell me my little thing was there? Now it's probably another 45 minutes done passed, so it's at about like an hour and a half at this point that I've been outside, 15 minutes, hour something. So he like, you sure? Now at this point, like, he was like kind of circling the block. He would leave, come pop back up. But like the last like 2 times, he kind of just sat and waited. He's like, I'm gonna sit here in case you change your mind, because the bus is not coming and you're gonna be just here. Now at this point, Uber, I'm pretty sure Uber and all that stuff was out. I'm pretty sure. It had to be. So I could have called somebody, but like, yo, this was like the time where stuff was really starting to like really be shooken up in my life. Like, stuff was really starting to manifest from like how I was like as a teenager and all the stuff that was going on and all the toxic parts of my life. Like, it was starting to really come out. I didn't want to call nobody. Like, I know I wasn't calling my dad because we just got into that little thing. I could have called like one of my grandparents, but they worked at that time. Like, they're retired now, so now they're like, if you need something, more than likely, yeah. At that time, I don't know why I didn't call them. Apparently, I have an aunt who lives in Germantown. I don't know how long she's lived there, but I could have called her. Like, and this is why it's so important to make sure that your people are connected and family knows family, and y'all establish that, like, it don't matter what's going on. If you are in a pickle, you need to call me. Like, Because this is what happened. When people feel like they are in a against the wall, they start doing irrational stuff. And that's what I did. 16 or 17. 16 or 17. So I'm like, all right, well, the bus is not coming, clearly. It hasn't been here yet. The app keeps saying something's coming, nothing's coming. Then this man is here, so why not? So before I go, though, I called my best friend. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get in the car with this man. I need you to watch my location. I don't know if I made her... I don't know if I told her to watch my location or if, well, no, I know for sure she had my location. So I know for sure she was watching my location. But I think I also, like, had her on the phone. Like, I had some earphones or something like that. So I think I also had her on the phone in case anything was to happen. She would be able to hear it, and then she got my location so she can call the people. Even though if something was to happen and he was to whatever, toss my phone, I'm in the situation. She didn't know what the car looked like. She don't know what he looked like, probably. I might have took a picture of the car. Like, I might have took a picture of the car on a sneak tip. Like, this man. But who knows, for real, for real. And then what I also did was I tried to find, like, a weapon in my purse. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any weapons. So I had took my keys and I put them, like, between my knuckle. Like this, essentially. And, like, so while he, like, I'm on the passenger side, so I got my hand down on the side. So in case, like, maybe he try to, like, touch my thigh or something, or, like, get a little 1-2, park up somewhere I could just quick little, you know. We tried to be prepared. We tried to make the best of the situation. And we made it out. We made it out. So we made good with something. Okay. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. I get in the car. I don't even remember this man's name. I can't even tell you. Like, I was going to make up a fake name, but it's no point because I don't remember his name, and it's only one character in the story, so he don't need a name. I get in the car, we chatting. He like, where you gotta go? I'm like, Upper Darby. Now, from where my dad live at in, like, Germantown, Upper Darby is like 30. Well, from my dad, where my dad live at, it's like a 45-minute little 30-minute thing, depending on traffic. So it was a good ride. It was a good amount of ride that we was taking. So I get in the car. I'm like, we chatting. We on our way. So he get on Lincoln Drive. Now, if you're from Philly, then you know Lincoln Drive is where you drive if you are a driver for real, for real. Like, Lincoln Drive is very narrow. It's very fast-paced. Like, it's 2 lanes on each side and then a divider. It be slippery. Like I said, it was raining. So he's driving. He's speeding. I'm like, Lord. I knew God. Like, I had God. I wasn't raised in church, but my mom used to take me to church when I was younger. So I definitely was like, you know, God, be with me, please, because I don't know what's going on. So as he's talking, he's telling me, like, yeah, I just got out of JAIL, PRISON, one or the other. He got out of something. Wherever you would be at if you pow-powed somebody when you was like 19 and you just getting out and you're like 36. I don't know if that's JAIL or PRISON, but I know it's in the system. I know he did time. So he telling me this. He's opening up to me. That's one thing about me. I feel like people will open up to me. People would definitely open up to me, like, especially guys. I feel like I'm not no more. I'm working on this. But I kind of am like a Black Widow figure, like man eater. Like, I'll make you comfortable, and it's cause I'm cool. I'm cool people. If I let you in and I really let my guard down and get you under my skin, not even like that, but like that too. But you know, if I pour into you, give you a little salt, little sugar, little Amore magic, I just don't be keeping people around. I'm quick to. I don't play that, and that's because of my father. I didn't want to be like the women here. I didn't want to be treated like he was treating women, so I became him. That's my thing. That's my curse that I'm working through right now. I'm in therapy, So we're working through the things because I want to be somebody's like nice wife. I want to take care of the household. I want to be the non-dominant figure to my husband. I want to submit. You know, I can't do that right now. Like right now, you tell you to kiss my ass. So we in the car. He's telling me that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like starting to tense up a little bit. But I'm like, okay, cool. You just gotta, you know, I'm glad you got out. You know. He like, yeah, I'm making moves. I'm figuring out how to do this. I just got this car. I'm about to get my place. Like, you know, I'm figuring my life out. Was it rehabilitation? I think it's called when you introduce back to society. He figured out his little 1-2s. I'm like, cool. I respect it. That's cool. That's cute. Mind you, he know I'm 16. I don't lie about my age. One thing, like, I used to, you know, be around older boys and stuff like that with my friends. And I've dated people who are older, like, you know, older. And I don't lie about my age. You gonna know how old I am. And, I mean, that's not a fault on me. I know, like, some people who are, like they say, like, you know, oh, little girls just be fast, so they be tripping these guys up. A little girl can't trip up a grown man. It's a grown man. It's a grown man. So, she's a little girl who's impressionable. He's a grown man. So he shouldn't be pursuing a little girl who's impressionable, who's going to go and fall for that stuff, right? So yeah, I never lie about my age though. You gonna live with the fact that this is what she was doing. So he driving on Lincoln Drive, speeding through. We come out Lincoln Drive, getting on like the expressway to go to Cedar Line Avenue. He goes in his glove compartment and he gets he grabs like the mini bottles of liquor. Like he pulls them out of the glove compartment. Like he's like mid conversation. He just excuse me. You want one of these? Oh, all right. Like, I was like, I'm sitting there like, I'm looking at the road though. I'm like, oh my God. With my little key on the side. I'm like, oh my God, why you drinking and driving? You're not supposed to be drinking and driving. You crazy. He like, nah, it's alright. I don't know what type of liquor it was. But I'm sure it was like some stuff you get from like the freaking gas station or something. Like, I was like, oh my God. No way, I'm in the car with a power and a man who is popping back liquor bottles in the car while he's driving me up the street. 35 minutes up the street. So we're going down Cedar Line Avenue now. At this point, I'm just like, all right, it wasn't giving drop me off at my house. It wasn't giving that. I'm like, I already took it far enough by having you drive me anyway. But I'm not telling you where I live at. Like, that's crazy. So I'm like, you could have dropped me off at 69th Street. Now, mind you, we on Cedar Line Avenue over here by like Fridays and stuff at this point. So we're driving. He started trying to venture off to the side roads. Cause Cedar Line Avenue is the main road. Like, it's hotels on that road, like nice hotels. You got restaurants. You got a bunch of apartment complexes. Lots of stores. Like, why are you venturing off to the side roads? Now, to get to 69th Street, you was going to have to turn eventually, but he could have stayed on the main road the main time, then turn on another main road and went to 69th Street. He didn't have to try to take, like, the back roads. And so I definitely was like, you know, I would feel more comfortable if you could just, like, drive on these main roads. I really don't know my way from over here. You know, it would just make me feel better if you just took these main roads. And he respected that, which I was like, thank you, God. Like, yeah, because he could have been like, bitch, you not going where you think you're going. Lock the door. He could have easily said that, like, and I would have been sitting there like, well, just me and my friends, we used to, like, you know, ask. I don't know if y'all have ever done this. This might be weird, but it's the world is messed up. Like, ask, like, oh, like, what would you do if you was in that situation where you was, like, getting, like, assaulted, like, or about to get assaulted, like, and I was like, you know, after trying to fight, of course, I'm going to try to fight. I'm going to try to fight and get away, but, like, pow to my face, you, like, what's next? I'm just going to ask, can you just wrap it up, please? Can you just, I'll even act like I like it. I'll even act like I want to be here. Can you please just wrap it up? Like, please, that's all I ask. Like, that's all I ask. Cause I'm like, after I fight and all that stuff, just don't give me nothing. And don't get me pregnant. Like, it'd be so heartbreaking. It's like, once people gotta go through that stuff and they also have to live with this, something that came from that, like literally physically that came from that, or have to deal with, you know, it's heartbreaking. Like, my heart goes out to those women. So sometimes you think about that stuff. It's sad, but you do. So yeah, so he respected that. We drove on the main road, and he stayed on the main road, continuing talking, fake laughing, trying to just make it to my destination without being, you know, tipping him off. Cause now you drinking, you getting a little tipsy, you probably feeling yourself a little bit. Probably start getting a little, looking at me, getting a little hard, whatever. So I'm just keeping it cute, playing it cool, keeping it safe. Okay, keeping it safe. So we get to 69th Street. And it's daytime. It's not nighttime. It's not nighttime. It's daytime. It's like the middle of the day. Me and my dad probably got into that situation like 12, 1 o'clock. So when I was out the door, it was still midday. I don't know what time of the year it was. Like, was it summertime? Was it like, I don't know that. But, yeah. So he like, oh, like, you know, like, give me your number. I don't even got this man's number. Don't know his name. Didn't even have his number at that point. Just in the car. Just in the car, like, in the car. So I give him my number because, you know, that's scary. What if he call me? And he'll be like, oh, you played me? You played me? Now I'm gonna show you how to play. So I gave him my number. He called me. He like, you don't be a stranger. Like, don't be a stranger. Cause he asked me like, you know, why you don't want me to take you home? Like, I'm not a weirdo. I'm not a weirdo. He was like, I'm not a weirdo. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not a weirdo. I'm a nice guy. Like, I could take you home. And I was like, no, I gotta meet some people. It's cool. I'm gonna just, you know, go price the stores real quick over here, and then I'll go home. It's not that far, whatever. So he dropped me off. I go get straight on the bus, go the little 10 minutes to my house, and I get home safe and sound. And I never told my mom this. I told my cousin. The only person in my family who know is my cousin Siani and her husband Kenny. So my two cousins, they're the only ones who know this story, and then like some of my friends know. I think 2 of my friends know. But yeah, y'all, that is the time where I literally could have been snatched off this earth because I didn't want to call my family and ask them for help or for some money for an Uber. So I got in the car with a stranger. And this is why. Like, people have to realize, like, humans, we do what we're taught. And then until you see something different, you do what you're taught, and you do. And then if you are in a pickle, you going to try to make your moves. And so that's the move that I chose to make when I was 16, 17. That's what made the most sense in my mind of madness. Okay? Okay, well, thank y'all for staying tuned for the story. If y'all liked it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell me something crazy. Tell me how you feel. Like, tell me how this made you feel. Let me know. I want to know. Like, not too much. Because like I said in the beginning, I'm giving y'all my tea of how I became who I am, okay? Because everything comes into the package, okay? The package had to be wrapped up and boxed up and put the stuff in the package to come to package. And this is the stuff that are inside this package, okay? I'm giving y'all all the teas. I'm giving y'all all the teas, okay? It's always good to learn something. And I really hope these videos reach women who can relate and who are, like, working through this stuff or don't know that they have to work through this stuff, and this would like let them know that this is not normal. Like, we're not supposed to be acting like this. We're not supposed to think like that. You're not supposed to think a certain way. Like, certain things are not supposed to be, and it's because you have some stuff you need to work on. So I'm working on it, and so I'm ready to share it with y'all. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all later in my next video, and I hope y'all have a great week. Okay.